Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy and I want to thank you all for being here so much. Today we are basically going over my weekly reset routine again. Every week is similar but also very different. So right now you are seeing me on, I'm trying to think what day this was. Sometimes I try to get these ready for myself quite some time in advance, partially because I have this YouTube channel and I am trying to show you guys as much as I can in my processes, but sometimes I don't get to these until the weekend. This is, I think, Thursday, as I'm doing this voiceover on Friday. I think, yes, it was yesterday because I was wearing that yesterday. Oh man, this week has been very busy and just everywhere. Anyways, this is me getting ready, getting my dailies and my weekly page ready. I also had some other printable, daily printables that I had made on Canva that I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, put them in my extra pile, and end up, you know, I might use them this week or wait until a week that I am feeling like using those. So here they are. I like to have things somewhat simple in case I want to decorate them. I have a YouTube one, the first one. This one is my weekly. This week, I am going to use a one-page weekly. I am scrunching it all up on that one page, you guys. But I also have these daily sheets. So these also have the same routines that the weekly does in case I can't keep track on one. And they're just all a little bit different. I try to make sure I have my top 3, a space for a to-do list, gratitude, as well as my daily routines. And then if I want to do any decorating or note-taking, I can do that. This last one has a meal plan on it. However, I don't know how much I'll use that because I also have my dashboard planner that I use for that. And then I just have a couple of the ones I mentioned where I made these and I may want to use them or just keep them in my extra pile ready for the following week. Hey you guys, so I did a video on decorating these and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and include in this next week's reset video basically showing you guys what I ended up doing with these dailies. So if you didn't see that video, I do have a video of me getting these ready and decorating them with you and just talking about them and how I use them. So I wanted to show you guys how I actually ended up using them. So I guess after the pen, right? Okay, so on Monday, I had a lot of like inspiration to get back to my routine and just basically trying to get myself amped up for some decluttering and stuff like that. So I definitely was pretty productive. I didn't get one of my top 3s done. However, it isn't a top 3 that is detrimental. Here was Tuesday. I feel like usually after warm-up Monday is kind of what I call Mondays. Tuesdays I end up being quite more productive and so on. So that is why you can tell that there's a lot more done. Wednesday I had some appointments, so this day kind of didn't have a whole lot going on, but I did get quite a bit done in my top 3s, so I was proud of myself for that. And Thursday, I also had appointments, so I didn't have myself do too much. I was actually pretty tired after the appointment, but it worked out that I ended up doing the spread of Choose Joy because that's something that I really needed after the appointment that I had. And we are on Friday right now, so I am still working on this page. I did get my workout done, so that is awesome. I have actually, you know what, I'm going to update it with you right now because I have done some of these things. I have confirmed with my doctor, I have worked out, and I am working and I've done the dishes. Exercise was this morning, so that's good that I didn't have to put it onto the middle of the day. And I am actually, it's not finished, but I just filmed my weekly reset, which this is part of, so. But I do not know what's for dinner tonight, you guys. I'm not sure, but I do have my every plate, so if I really want those, I just didn't want to basically make myself have those in case we felt like something different, since it's a Friday and all. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I am going to do a gratitude list a little bit later and write in some weekend plans, but as of right now, that is what my dailies look like from this last week. Now you guys are going to see me put in new dailies and get all my stuff together for the week. I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments below, and by giving me a thumbs up would be awesome. And here we go. So the first section that I have here is my to-do and my dailies. And that's basically what I am going to get to first. A lot of times I try to go in order as to what I have in the front of my commonly used sections. This one is my to-do list. So what I'm doing here is I'm going over the to-do list. I'm actually trying to find one of my extra to-do sheet papers. And I really enjoyed keeping track of my to-do list in different sections of my life, should I say, and it's basically following the sections of my planner. My main sections of my planner are my home and family, my social media, well, I guess it doesn't include my wellness, but it's like overall, I guess you would call that one me, my personal to-do list. And that's basically like how I really enjoyed this week's, as you can see on the left there, my to-do list. I just separated one of the papers from the goal getter planner, happy planner, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to try to do the same thing with one of these to-do list papers, or I shouldn't call it to-do list. I actually had like family meeting on there, and I covered it up with a cute sticker from the Rad Teacher sticker book. But anyways, so what I'm doing is just trying to kind of like section out my to-dos, and I think that that has helped me so much. So if you have a long list of to-dos and you've done a brain dump and you get it all out, I would suggest taking like them out and putting them in different sections. I felt so much more productive this last week. I've honestly never had this many check marks on my weekly to-do list, and I'm so proud of myself for that. So that's what I'm going to do first, is update my to-do list. And then the next thing on my list is to go over, I shouldn't say my list, but I did kind of have a list for this. The next thing on my weekly reset routine is to go over my weekly page and my dailies. Now I am making my own weekly and daily pages right now, just because of my routines and how much they affect my goals and how important my goals are for me on a daily basis. So right now I'm filling out my social media one, just putting in the YouTube videos that I know that I have scheduled or are planning on scheduling for my Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday posting days. And if I have anything to be filmed or edited, I like to write them down at the bottom, which you'll see in a few seconds. And it's really just, you know, my own little sheet, the way that I am liking getting things done and being consistent with this part of my life right now. And this little sheet has been working so well for me. So that's this one that I'm updating. And next I will be updating my actual daily pages and weekly page. So as I might have mentioned before, I am actually keeping track of my weekly on a one-page spread this time. last week, and you will see it in a few seconds or minutes. Last week I kept track on a 2-page. I really did enjoy the 2-page, but I already printed this up. I wanted to see, how it worked, and just basically use it up. So, I have my dailies. I have so many other areas where, I can track things. But I did like the space that I had last week with a 2-page, and the fonts and stuff were quite bigger. The days had more space, etc. But I'm going to make it work this week. And right now I'm just plugging in my top 3 weekly home blessing items that need to get done. Typically on the FlyLady system, there's like 5-ish of the things that you want to be doing on a weekly basis, but I'm just not in that place right now in my life with the 3 young ones, and just making them my number 1 priority. So I'm trying to pick the strategy of the top 3 of the to-do list is kind of the strategy I'm using here. Top 3 home blessing, top 3 zone areas. That's 6 things right there. So I also will try to choose some things that I can do. For example, if dusting is on my weekly home blessing, I will probably make that dusting like a part of my zone cleaning as well, just to make it as easy on myself as I can. So here's the weekly that I'm kind of comparing. So I'm comparing, this is just the left side of last week's. I'm comparing what I had going on. I also liked that I used a little laundry rotation. I've done that in the past, but it's on a totally separate like calendar type thing I've made. You might have seen it in my flip throughs. It's in my home section, and I do keep it in there. I really like the idea of putting down what I'm going to be trying, as a goal, basically trying to wash that day. So that way I know that I have kept up with most of ours and the kids' clothes, and then not forgotten about like towels or rugs or bedding, which I tend to do often. So I'm just kind of putting that here. I'm going to tell you now that in a little bit, I realized that I did not include like my weekly prep, which I like to put on here, or at least I really enjoyed having on my last week's weekly page. But that's the beauty of these like easy printables that I'm doing for myself, is I can just write it on the back. Is it super pretty? No, but to be honest, it works for me, and that's the whole point of this planner, is to work for me and make my life realistic and functional. And if I can get some cute stuff in there, then awesome, but if I can't, it's okay. So my weekly is pretty much updated. Here is where I'm going to end up putting my little list. I thought, what, should I put a sticker on the back and make it kind of cute? And then I said, nope, I'm just gonna write a practical list here for myself. And that's what I end up doing. I do have it on my list to add a weekly prep section to my printable for myself, because I do think it's important to kind of keep an eye out for what I want to basically have prepped the next week. I don't want to be doing 50 things on a Sunday. That's just not my style. And it's just not what I can do with my life. So, I try to do like meal prep a week ahead of time, stuff like that. So it's just basically a little like prepping to-do list that I'm going to put on the back there. And hopefully in the future, I can include it on my weekly, and just print it up and have it on there. Something I ended up keeping track of last week on the back of one of the sides of my weekly was my goal check. Basically, I just wrote down all of the, goals I have: home, marriage, family, personal, health, and fitness. The next 2 there. But I ended up liking that every now and then I would just kind of check in on myself and write down what I did that day or what I had been doing to spend time on that goal. So I'm still figuring out whether I want to have like a space on my daily for that, or if I want to have a whole page dedicated to it each week, which I love the idea of the page dedicated to it each week, because that's why I basically wrote on there goal check and just basically repeating what I did last week. I really enjoyed it, and I have added it to my list of printables to make, because I think it's going to be such a huge part of just making sure that I hit my goals and that I've been working on them on a daily basis. So this week it's just going to be written on the back of my daily or my weekly again, but in the future I do hope to have an actual printable made for myself, so I can have that as, you know, part of the aesthetic of my planner here. The next thing I do is I try to go over my family pages. Here, we didn't get to have a family meeting just yet, but we will, and we're just, you know, reading Charlotte's Web right now. I'm filling in the things that we're watching as a family, some activities I'd like to do with the kids coming up soon, and yeah, just kind of making sure that I tend to this area and it's ready to go when we have a family meeting. Having these pages here really helps me to make sure that I'm on top of things with our family and making sure that we are just as a family meeting our goals as well. The next thing I do is I check over my meals. I did make a video for this. It is not out yet, but it will be very soon if you are interested in meal planning with me and just seeing how I made that video and that plan for my breakfast, snacks, lunches, and dinners. I also update my weight every week on my, basically from the monthly to the annual, because once that monthly page is out of here, I don't have as easy access to it, and I like seeing my progress in that area, just like a quick view on the annual. Plus the annual page is so cute and I really love having it in my planner. So now, you guys, I'm just really just going through, reviewing everything that I did, making sure I didn't miss anything, making sure I have all my appointments and events notated. I don't like to update the dailies too much because sometimes I don't want to use that specific one for that day, or I might want to decorate it the morning of when I have my coffee. But yeah, I'm just reviewing, making sure everything's good to go. This is just a weekly, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, to let me know. And I would love to know how you guys are doing. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below, or find me on Instagram. I'm at Mandy_Chavez Chapters. Or if you're already there, thank you so much, and I will see you guys there as well. I hope you guys are doing really well, that you have an awesome week, and I will see you for my next video really soon, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Have a beautiful weekend, guys. Bye.